Hey guys, today for this video I thought that I would go over my favourite comics that I tend to collect. The main reason why I'm doing this is because someone a while ago sent me a message saying that they were questioning why I put that I love comic books and that I'm a comic nerd, and they're like, I don't believe you because you never talk about them and you never have any around and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I do collect comics. I am that kind of a girl. So yeah, I thought I would go through the ones that I do collect because I don't really talk about it much. I did a top 5 favourite films and stuff like that, but I haven't done my top comic books. Obviously it's to my taste, so I don't know if anybody else is gonna like these, but these are the ones that I am collecting. I will go through a few. I think I picked 5 main ones that I collect, and obviously I collect them because they are my favourites. They're my top comics. The first thing that I usually collect are anything Wonder Woman. She's my favourite superhero, or one of them. And yeah, I go through phases where I just want to collect Wonder Woman comics, but I'm quite specific on the art style usually with my comics. So and Wonder Woman's a bit of a tricky one because sometimes she is illustrated as very masculine and it's, I don't know, it almost looks like Superman in a wig. Do you know what I mean? And it's why? Because women can be strong, but they can be pretty too. It's what is the issue? I don't really understand it. So for some reason, whenever someone usually does a Wonder Woman comic, she just doesn't look very feminine. And it's why? Why does she have to look so masculine? And so yeah, I always go for the ones where she looks pretty bomb. I've got this one, which is the Volume 1, The Lies in the DC Universe Rebirth series. This is Volume 1. I don't know how many there are, actually, of these, because obviously it's a bunch of them put together. But I really liked this one, picked it up and sort of flicked through it. And I don't know, the art style is kind of cool, so I appreciate that. So yeah, that's one of the things. Obviously on the same line of that, I also have old school Wonder Woman comics. Again, similar. These ones aren't too bad. But yeah, there's a couple of different art styles of her depending on, who's done the artwork, and sometimes it's not great. But yeah, these are some really old ones that I found in Camden in London, I'm pretty sure. And he had envelopes like this, just full of 3 comics, or 3 or more comics. And I saw this, and it was only a few pounds, so I was I'm having those, because they're quite old ones. I mean, obviously you can tell from the fact that you probably wouldn't see that now. You just wouldn't see that in a piece of artwork. So yeah, that's another thing that I collect. Another thing that I've started collecting, because people keep sort of buying me stuff to do with this, is some of the Harley Quinn ones. I don't collect all of them, but this particular book I bought because it's different styles of her, which I quite like. But yeah, again, some of them are a bit much the way they're drawn, and some of them are fine, They can be quite cute, they can be a bit raunchy, but some of them are a bit over the top ridiculous, and it's why? Or again, they do the same thing and make her look masculine, which is a bit strange to me. I don't really get why some comic artists, usually men, I don't understand why they have to make them like that. Why do they have to make them seem really masculine just because they're strong hero women? I don't know. It was an issue. It was much discussed back in the day. I don't think people really notice it much anymore. Another thing that obviously I collect is The Crow. I've had this for years. This is actually the graphic novel version, obviously. Love the artwork. I do love the film. And I love the comics so much. So yeah, I saw this one and I was like, I have to get that. But yeah, there's again a few different people that are sort of trying to bring it back and do different things with it. I haven't found any of those that I enjoy as much, but obviously I prefer like these ones, you know, the old school ones that the film's based on and stuff. So I collect those. The next one is Lenore. Not many people know of Lenore. It's a Roman dirge, I think is how you say his name. He basically drew up this comic of this little girl who's obviously dead, and her weird little world. And I don't know, I just love them so much. And then, so he did the comic, and then they decided to make a little animated series out of it, which I did really enjoy. It was really funny, it was really good. And yeah, it's totally up my street. Lenore, the little dead girl, is just, I don't know, I just love them. They're so twisted. They're like little dark stories. I suppose a lot of people will be like, oh, it reminds me of Tim Burton. I guess, but anything spooky reminds people of Tim Burton. But yeah, Lenore, the cutest little dead girl, I just love it. I love this. I love the little web series. It was good. And the last thing that I will show you that I collect is Tank Girl. I love Tank Girl. These are just like the hardback copies that I have. I have a lot more than this, but they're still the same, you know, like Tank Girl, The Crow, whatever. But yeah, I do love Tank Girl. I've always loved Tank Girl since I was a kid. She was one of my role models growing up. I was obsessed with the comic and I loved the film. Not many people did. I think it was a little bit ahead of its time, maybe, and people just didn't get it. And it's like, well, you won't really get it if you don't know about the comics. But they kind of integrate that into the film, and I actually really enjoy it. I think it's a really good film. It's still one of my favourites. I know a lot of people won't like it, but I do. And I loved this so much when I was a kid. I used to redraw her, and I think she was part of my GCSE at school. I'm pretty sure I did a piece about Tank Girl, now that I think about it. But yeah, she was one of the main reasons why I wanted to dye my hair blue, because there's like an infamous one where she, on the cover, had blue hair, and then she just started having blue hair. But yeah, another really great one. Like I say, love everything about it, really. It's just off the wall, a bit weird, and I don't know, it just sits well with me. It's just a girl just kicking ass in the future when the world's buggered up, and you know, it's a bit weird, but it's meant to be, you know, and I like that. So yeah, that was just to show you guys roughly what I collect. Sometimes I will go in and I'll just have a look through some stuff, and if I like the look of it, I'll probably start reading it. A lot of people will probably be surprised that I don't have Death Note in here. That is because I haven't started collecting them yet. I wanted to. I know most people are like, oh god, Death Note, like, it's so cliche, blah blah blah. Everybody loves that one. Everyone says that one. I get it, but I did actually enjoy it. So I enjoyed the web series. I haven't seen the film. I don't think I want to watch the film because I've heard negative things about it. But I do love Death Note as well. I just don't collect them. But yeah, I thought I would go through my faves. And just prove a point, really, that I don't need to lie that I collect comics. It's a bit of a weird lie to say, so I thought I would show them off. I think what it is that people just don't, I don't know, I think there's this thing where if you say that you collect comics, you're just saying it to seem cool, which is unusual to me because like collecting comics was always like a nerdy thing, but I feel like it's become quite a cool thing now. But yeah, I guess people just say that to seem cool. And I was a bit like, oh no, that's not me. I do actually collect them, so I thought I would show you them too, just to prove a point. People can be into nerdy stuff for real. They don't just have to be the type of person to just say it. They can actually do it too. So yeah, let me know if you guys have heard of any of these, or like any of these, or collect any of these. And if you don't, let me know what you do collect, and I will check them out, probably when the comic book shop's open again. So yeah, just a little fun one for you guys. If you haven't heard of these, I suggest you pick them up because they are good. Yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.